Benjamin Info do not clear this, it's gold for Cardman, and even if they do and all of them do not clear the next one, it's still gold for Cardman.
And it will be Cardman against Cardman for the qualification bar, just as we saw with Rosa Mayeboa with her jumpathon. But Impo Benjamin Links will fancy having a say about the destination of the gold medal as he makes a second attempt at 2.21 meters. There he goes. Almost got over the bar the first time. I'll be surprised if it does.
Cardman has knocked it down. Well, Cardman is putting everyone under pressure. There's now one attempt left for Chanelo and Benjamin. Evans Cardman will be champion.
And this is where the athletes will take their time before the next attempt, because it's sudden death, really. You don't get a second chance for a first impression. And here's a shot of the field for the men's 1500 meters race, which will be starting any moment from now. Ethiopia had a 1-2 with Kenya taking bronze in the women's event. What will be the outcome in this men's competition?
Roem, Ronald, Abdulatif, Germa, Shanini didn't start. Yobol Zerit is in there. Kipsang, Komen, Iziquinkunda, Waberi, all of them starting. By the way, Cardman is Ghana's indoor high jump record holder.
We've already seen some of these athletes in either the 5,000 meters or the 800 meters. Abel, Kipsang and Komen already competed in this, and they would have their eyes hungrily set on winning a medal for Kenya. But it will not be short of competitions from the Ethiopians. There are two of them in here, so there are three Ethiopians in the starting blocks and two Kenyans. Just to run through: Abraham Goem of South Sudan, Ronald Musagala of Uganda, Abdulatif Sadiki of Morocco, Germa Emias Shea of Ethiopia, Shinini Riyad of Tunisia, Zerit Yobiel Wederufael of Eritrea, Chala Adisu Wegene of Ethiopia, Asefa Belachiu Zenebe of Ethiopia, Hussein Igwe Rubere of Djibouti, Eric Inzikwikunda of Burundi, Brian Komen of Kenya, and Abel Kipsang make up the field. It's the men's 1500 meters final. And it's Eric Inziquinkunda
who's taking the early lead.
Yeah, running from the front. It's just 4 laps and already started at a blistering pace, and he's setting the pace. For how long he can set the pace or keep the distance between himself and the rest of the field, well, we can't tell at this stage. But don't take your eyes off this, because this will be fast. Some of these athletes hoping to make amends from previous events at this African Games by winning the medal. And it's Inzikwikunda who continues to run ahead of the pack, ahead of Melechiwa Sefa of Ethiopia. And watching them closely is Uganda's Ronald Musagala, bunched up behind the race leader, who continues to tear away. And at the back of the pack is the Eritrean athlete Yobiel Zerit Wederufael, and he seems to have dropped out of the race
way too early
after just 2 laps.
But Burundi's
well, the noise is for Cardman.
Well, he's won the gold medal, Evans Cardman, for Ghana. This is a stadium where he's used to competing. It's a former University of Ghana student, and he's a 3-time NCAA Division II silver medalist. competing these days for the University of Central Missouri. It's a final year student, and he's come back home to the University of Ghana where he started, and he's won gold for Ghana in the men's high jump, just like they did for the women's high jump. Ghanaians showing enormous capacity and ability in areas never known before. That's in the high jump.
High jump double for Ghana, but we're back to the 1500 now, and we're getting at this with Chala, who's taking over the lead as they go into the final lap. It's Chala for Ethiopia leading the field. Eric Inzikukunda has dropped down to third, and Chala is followed by his compatriot, the other Ethiopian, Emeas Gema. It's Ethiopia 1-2 with Kenya in third place with Brian Komen. As they go towards the finish line now, it's the Ethiopian Chala still in the lead.
Yeah,
they've come down the back straight, going round the bend. It's Chala, but here comes Komen on the outside. Komen on the outside, threatening to overtake Chala. The Ethiopian with Emeas Gema still in third, and Komen overtakes the Ethiopian as they go towards the line. He's accelerating, head bobbing. It's Komen of Kenya. Komen of Kenya. Komen of Kenya, and Shia Emeas will finish second. And at the very last moment, it seems the Kenyans are taking the bronze medal as well.
Brilliant run from Brian Komen. Storming last 200 meters or so. He had Ethiopians to beat, stepped on the outside, and blitzed his way past Chala like he wasn't there. 3:39.19. A little shy of the African Games record, but still a brilliant win. Look at that, head bopping the whole time too, and there was no catching him from then on. You could see the Ethiopians are slightly giving up, but what a great run once again from the other Ethiopian coming through late on. Emeas Gema, 3:39.40 to take the silver medal, and Abel Kipsang will complete the podium. So it's two Kenyans on the podium, but Brian Komen, what a great victory for him. 3:39.19.
What a run from Abel Kipsang, who literally stole that third place from Wegene as Arisu Chala.
Chala would be very disappointed.
He ran 300 meters of this race at the front. He looked like he was capable of finishing, but he faded into the final 40 meters or so, allowing Brian Komen to come past him, and in the end Abel Kipsang also pipping him to a podium finish. So it's Komen first, Gema second, and Abel Kipsang completing. And the Kenyans have sweet revenge, because what they failed to do in the women's 1500 meters is what the men have been able to do in the men's event.
Absolutely. Kenya took two medals in the men's 1500. Ethiopia took 2 medals in the women's 1500. So they've shared it, and they've shared those medals equally. This is a rivalry for the ages, a rivalry that we've absolutely enjoyed, that has served the continent for many decades in the middle to long distance races. Kenya and Ethiopia, every time they step onto the track, there's always a story. Brian Komen will take his flowers.
An orthodox way of finishing the race, and you could tell that he was carrying himself with everything that was within him and racing with his head. And this is a confirmation of the official outcome. Brian Komen 3:39.19 seconds. Shia Emeas Gema finishing second, with the other Kenyan Abel Kipsang